Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. It's been a little while since we did a stream, mainly because of school, but we are back. So today we have Jack, Tom, and Ace. You guys have anything you want to say?
Just hi. Hello. Hope everyone's well.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
So I do want to apologize in advance. I did kind of lose my voice over the weekend, but yesterday we were at the Fright Fest Media Day. At least Tom and I were. We had an absolute blast. Can't thank the park enough for everything they did, from the Oktoberfest food sampling to the filming inside the mazes. It was just awesome. So we're going to have a lot of videos coming out from Fright Fest Media Day. Started today with the Fears POV as well as the, Mirrors POV. So there's going to be a lot more coming out. But Ace, I know you always have a lot to say. Why don't you start us off with what you think about Mr. Freeze?
Well, since I've gotten on, which Mr. Freeze are you alluding to? The Mr. Freeze in Over Texas?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast was announced to be closing, but all they did was flip the train around, and now it's going back forward. So, Ace, what do you think of that?
Oh man, it's hard to say because I never did it the original way. I'm going to miss absolutely because you've tried it too. You can attest to how great that spike was. That spike drop, that 200-foot spike drop was great. But I'm looking forward
Definitely.
to trying it the original way from '98 and on. So looking forward to it when I go next year to over Texas in the Texas region.
So, Ace, you're also going to be going on a trip very soon. You don't have to tell us who you're going with, but if you want to just detail what you're going to be doing.
Very simple. The trip's going to start off at BGW, obviously Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Then after that, Carowinds, because you have the park open for the Halloween festivities on Thursday and Friday for the SeaWorld parks. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And I'm going to also take advantage of the one in Carowinds on Friday, Skirowinds. And then on Saturday morning, your dad and I and Chris is going to be there that morning for a few rides and then head over. I'm going to head over to Toba, Georgia, and I'm trying to get your dad to go there on that Saturday. And then the following day, I'm going to go gun down to Wild Adventure. And then ultimately, I'm going to try to do 3 parks and go for it and knock out Legoland and SeaWorld Orlando so I could just have 2 whole days for the Iron Gwazi Fest and try to get 40 rides in on Iron Gwazi and then head back up on Wednesday. And you know what? I probably will do Busch Gardens a swing trip, going and coming back as I go back up, headed home. And that'll be the end of it. It's about
You
6
said
or
you're going
7
to
day
ride
trip.
Gwazi 40 times?
Yeah, because what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have 12. I'm gonna have, let me see, you look at 10. I'm gonna have 16 hours. I'm gonna be in the park all day. I'll probably ride the other coasters once or twice. I'm just gonna just stay on Gwazi. So this time I have 2 full days, unlike the last time in March, in which I had 1.5 days. That's why I only got 22 rides. So I'm gonna really take advantage of it.
So we actually do have a question in the chat regarding what we just talked about. Ace, you want to read that question?
Now that Mr. Freeze is forward, is that a new credit? No, it's not a new credit because you're on the same track and the same train. You're just going backwards. Same thing as Superman, Escape from Krypton and Magic Mountain. Still the same. It's the same credit.
I'd agree. It's probably the same credit. What do you guys think?
It is.
Yeah, I'd call it the same credit.
Yeah, it's the same track, same trains, so I'd say it's the same credit. I mean, I don't think anyone would have counted Reverse Blast as a new credit when that first opened, so I don't see why it's any different now.
True.
Yeah.
Hello, Hunter. It's been pretty good. Lots of park visits in. It's been great. Six Flags New England opinion. Who wants to start us off?
I will.
Okay.
Been going to the park go ahead. I've been going to the park for over 15 years, since 2006. And the reason why I started going to Six Flags New England is because when I was waiting for online with the chiller, I couldn't believe it. There was this gentleman who said, "Oh, you got to get on Superman." I asked him, "Can you compare tonight?" He says, "No, you got to get on Superman." And at that time, it was Superman Ride of Steel, and it's the best thing I could have ever done. And that's when I started all my road trips because of that. So Six Flags New England is a great park. It's all of our other home parks, actually. Six Flags New England. So there's only like about 2 to 3 hours away when you look at you guys and me. So yeah, I know you've been there, Tom. Go ahead.
I went to New England like twice.
Oh, you too, Jack.
Yeah, 2019 and 2021.
Oh, good.
I'd say there's definitely a lot that's I'd say is wrong with that park. Just because operation-wise, I think there's been a lot of times where I'd say they're a little lacking in some departments, like cleanliness, just running the rides fast. But other than that, they have some pretty good rides. Like Wicked Cyclone's great, Superman's great. Tom?
Yeah, I think it's a really top-heavy park. Like you said, Jack, they have 2 really great coasters, and then coasters that range from okay to almost unrideable. And then, of course, Flashback is in its own category of awfulness. But hopefully they do something nice with the part of the park that Goliath took up. I think there's some great potential there, and with the right management and smoothing out operations, it can get to that next level. But the foundation's definitely there.
I mean, personally, I really enjoy the park. Oh,
No, go ahead,
go ahead,
Carlos.
Ace. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I got good news, actually. I refute what Jack said because I went there 8 days ago. Park was clean. But of course, obviously, under this new regime, every Six Flags is dead. Superman, I got on 11 times, ran smooth. Like you allude, I concur with you, Tom. Top Heavy Park, the other rides are virtually unrideable. I ride them because I'm there, but the park was in good standing when I did last go there, the Saturday before last.
That's good to hear, Ace. Personally, I really enjoy Six Flags New England. I think the park is definitely way too top heavy. You have Wicked Cyclone and Superman, and then everything else after that really isn't very worth riding. But overall, it's a really nice looking park, and it's got a decent supporting lineup of coasters. So, you guys have anything else you want to add? right,
Well,
next
I'm
up.
excited. One last thing about as I allude to the project that Tom said, if they take our flashback, it would be nice to have any type of launch coaster there, especially like a Max Force version. It fit there perfectly in that plot of land.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. All right,
You think so,
next.
Tom?
Yeah, it should be good.
At least St. Louis is still backwards. Yeah, I think, honestly, I haven't ridden forwards, but I think Mr. Freeze backwards is probably better overall than forwards, mainly because of the spike, because you're going up backwards, but I'm sure forwards will still be fine.
I think if I had to choose what they should have done is, since they have the sliding station, they should have done one train forwards, one train backwards. So then you can
Definitely.
choose your experience. It'll get more people to ride again to get the other experience. Yeah.
Would have been very premium.
Yes, premium, yeah.
Question from DJ Blue Breeze.
Yeah, the premium
Why is
experience
he-
of leaving Mr. Freeze
Yep.
backwards
Why
in
is
St.
he-
Louis.
Why is Ace always in his room?
Why am I? Well, it's my living room too.
I mean, we're
Yeah,
all
I have a
kind
whole
in
bunch of
our
stuff here. I
room.
have a huge room. Yeah, it's twice the size of any other room that you can imagine. Whether it's your room or Jack's room or probably Tom's room, it's huge. It's like half the apartment.
That's nice.
Well, Colin's in
Yeah.
the endless pit over there.
Yeah, it's just the endless pit of
He's in the
darkness.
void.
In the void.
Void.
Yeah, that one's for you, Colin. I think that's a you question. No, I'm kidding. Yes, Let's Go Devils preseason starts tomorrow. I'll be at the game Friday against the Rangers, so that'll be cool. Tickets are dirt cheap for the preseason. It's gonna be great.
I'm
Oh,
glad
cool.
you'll have fun with your ice capades.
Yes, I will.
How's Great Adventures Fright Fest? So I've only been to Great Adventures Fright Fest. I haven't been to Dorney Park Haunt yet, or Hershey Park Dark Nights, or any other haunt events in the area. But Fright Fest is really good. It definitely feels like the mazes and scare zones have more scare actors than previous years because they kind of cut down a lot on the number of terror trails. I think formerly they had either 8 or 9, and now they have 6. So definitely cut down a little. Unfortunate that we lost Wicked Wood, Cell Block 6, and Expedition Dino. But the ones that they have now are very, very good because they did a lot of updating to them, as well as having a ton of scare actors in there. I'm pretty sure we've all... Jack, have you been to Fright Fest yet?
Yeah,
What do you guys think of Fright Fest?
I think it was really good. I went opening night last week, and it was. I mean, they've definitely improved a lot of the mazes in terms of the quality. Like I noticed a lot more scenic and light effects in them, and because they cut down on the mazes amount of mazes, they were able to, like Colin said, put a lot more scare actors in each maze, and that was definitely a lot more improved than last year, where I remember on Expedition Dino, there was maybe 4 scare actors in the maze, it seemed, and it's a huge maze, so it would be hard, but now they can have it so there's a person around every corner.
Yeah, and I think there's even an improvement from last week when you were there, Jack, because now I've been both weekends that it's been open so far, and there's definitely more actors in the mazes this week compared to opening weekend.
That's good.
A ton of the trails that are returning have revamped layouts. That's cool. It was a nice surprise to see that they're different this year. And like you said, there's less mazes, so there's more scare actors to put in those mazes, and the quality is definitely going up week to week, so it's trending upward. It already started out great. I'm really excited to see what it looks like when we get closer to Halloween.
Really, much more improvement than last year. Yeah, much more improvement than last year. I was really impressed with you guys last week when we went to opening day. And when I saw Collins on the video, let's just say, like, I was just astonished. When I saw Collins' eyes were like googly eyed. It was like, wow, it was better than last week. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't there, but it looks even better this week.
We didn't even talk about the shows or anything like that, which were great too.
Okay.
Yeah, Unleashed and Dead Man's Party were really, really good.
Mm.
And Unleashed was totally different this year than the previous years. All new
And
acts.
the Dead Man Party is in front of the big wheel, correct?
Nope.
Not anymore. Not for a long time.
No, now it's in the
where do they have it now?
stunt arena.
Okay.
Is anyone going to Nickelodeon Booniverse at Nick Universe American Dream? So American Dream and Mall of America have both renamed their Nickelodeon Universe amusement parks to Nickelodeon Booniverse, which is an interesting play on words, to say the least. I definitely would like to go to Nickelodeon Universe, whether it's for Booniverse or not. I haven't been there since late 2020, so I'm definitely due for a revisit. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to see that they're doing something for Halloween there. What do you guys think?
I want to check it out. I need the credits anyway, and it looks like more consistently all 5 of them, or however many, have been open for the most part each day. So knock on wood, hopefully I'll get to try those. Yeah, it sounds like a fun event.
Yeah, it sounds fun, and also
Just make sure.
now that the park is, you don't have to pay like $60 to get in. You can just go in for free and pay per ride. It definitely makes it a lot more worth going if you just want to like do a short visit. But I haven't been there since the beginning of 2020, so I never got to ride Sandy's Blasting Bronco. So I definitely want to get there and ride that. So maybe.
Yeah, just time, both of y'all prepare yourselves for the bumps and bruises on all the coasters. You know, it's pretty. Some of them could be brutal, but hey, get those credits.
Definitely, that's the spirit. All right, next up. Best ride there. I assume this is referring to New England. Personally, I take Wicked Cyclone, but it's pretty tight between that and Superman.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what your preference is. Like, if you really like the RMC hybrids, or if you, I don't know. I forget where I have both of them in my ranking. They're both very high up for me, just considering I haven't been on a whole lot. But I'll side with Wicked Cyclone. But like Superman, you could make a good case for that one too.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite is probably Superman. The Wicked Cyclone is just a little inconsistent. Like, I've ridden Wicked Cyclone when it's running at its prime, and compared to like nighttime, it's just not as great. So I'd say just because of how temperamental it is, I'd say Superman's better because I've never had really a bad ride on it. Even though the restraints aren't good at all, you can kind of avoid them if you want.
Ace?
I definitely concur with Jack on that one. Superman is actually definitely easily in my top 10. It used to be my favorite coaster until obviously in the last 10 years with the Grazi and Steel Vengeance and everything else and Fury opening up. I don't care about the lap bars. They're not the best thing in the world, but still does not mitigate from the great ride of Superman. It will always be a classic. And I'm glad they left the Bizarro theming on the Superman. That's the best thing that it could have done. So definitely hands down the best coaster, you know, and then of course Wicked Cyclone. Great 1-2 punch.
Definitely. All right, next up. Haven't been to Fright Fest yet, have had a lot going on. How is it worth the money for the mazes? Well, if you have a Diamond Elite or Diamond Elite VIP membership, you get all the mazes for free. So there's that. And if you're buying a day ticket, the only way to get a day ticket is bundled with a maze pass. So you're pretty much getting the mazes no matter what. And I actually noticed that it seems like the mazes have much longer lines this year than the rides, which is like a total flip from previous years. And I think it's because of that. So I'd say definitely go check it out.
And I believe one of the new passes or memberships, I think it has at least some sort of Fright Fest maze included, like maybe once per season. But I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, I guess it's hard for us to determine if it's worth the money because, like, we've all held on to the original Diamond Elite membership, so it's all included for us. But I would say the quality is definitely up from recent years, so it's worth checking out. I'm not sure what the price point is for any of that if you don't have the pass perks to get through with that. But yeah, give it a shot. It's really cool.
Yeah, I just looked it up just so everyone knows, and for 1 day regular haunted attraction pass is $30 if you were to buy it for today. On Fridays it's $40, and then the express is $70. But they do have for $90 an all-season haunted attractions pass you can add on. So if you plan on going a lot and don't have a Diamond Elite membership, it's probably worth, if you're going to go more than 3 times, it's worth buying the haunted attractions pass, because then you can get it any day.
Do you think
A lot of people love the Halloween. I was going to say a lot of people love the Halloween season, real quick, and it's worth it if you like that stuff.
Definitely. Do you think Top Fuel Dragster will get an LSM launch? I'll let you guys answer first.
Go ahead, Jack.
Okay. I think it's Dragster getting an LSM launch is the most likely thing if they're going to keep any of the structure. I mean, looking at pictures people have been posting of Dragster, it kind of looks like they're just removing certain parts of the ride. Like, they've removed all the brake fins from the track. They've removed certain sections of launch track, but they're not just going ahead and removing every piece as of yet. So I don't know. I think it's possible that they're going to do LSMs, but I think it's more likely something else is going to come.
Yeah, I'll say maybe. Kind of like with the El Toro thing recently, I've kind of drowned out the news because it seems like people just keep beating the same points to death. So anything's possible. LSM seem likely. We'll see. We'll have to see where the construction goes.
Ace?
LSM launch, and potentially, since they took out the track that you guys alluded to, I could also possibly see a spike, because remember, the Cedar Fair has over $350 million, probably a little less than that because they with these projects that they're building for Cedar Point next year, but still quite a bit of money, a haul of money to put towards that. And it would make a lot of sense to put, instead of $30 million towards a new coaster, put 15 to 20 towards this, because this is iconic. And I could see an LSM launch to preserve the coaster and with a new name.
I definitely think it's interesting that there's so much track removal on Dragster, and I've been told by multiple people that what they're doing with Dragster, people that know what's going on, is absolutely insane and who's going to blow us away. So I definitely could see a spike coming, or just some kind of extension to the layout, but I do think that will include an LSM launch being added to the ride. Any advice for Val? I think you're at the wrong channel asking for advice on that. I don't know anything about that.
It's not Dollywood Studios. I don't know.
Will Cedar Fair go all out and rebuild Dragster as a multi-record breaker? Ace, what do you think?
That's a possibility, because you saw, you can attest to it because you went to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure and for Velocicoaster, and you went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg for Pantheon. Those are smash hits. I could see that happening, and I hope they work with Intamin. That would be a monstrous to add that to it, and I would definitely easily make it a top 20 coaster, at least in most coaster enthusiast eyes. Next, Jack or Tom?
I mean, pretty much the same as before. I think they might. I'd say an LSM launch is probably coming. I've seen all those concepts about the big spike for make it the world's tallest coaster. And I'd say it's not unlikely that that'll happen, but I don't know. I couldn't say. I have a partial feeling that it's just going to be an LSM launch and nothing past that, but who knows?
Yeah, you got to figure like the hassle to rebuild or add on to it is probably more than the park is willing to take on. I think LSMs will probably be the most logical thing to do, but at this point, nothing's off the table. So that's all I'll say on that.
I think they're not going to touch the top hat, and if they're not going to touch the top hat, no records are really going to be broken. So I don't see that happening.
There's a possibility, and you've all seen this on somebody's channel. I forgot who it was. That the inversions after the drop, you see like all types of inversions. So yeah, that's a possibility.
I just don't think
That would
they
be cool.
planned to put any inversions.
That would be really cool. What did you say, Jack?
Oh, I just said I don't think they have too much land to put inversions because it's going to be so fast that they're going to need to like still have just as much room for a brake run.
Well, let's see. We never know. Let's see what happens. Whatever they decide to do.
You never know.
Exactly. With Cedar Fair, with the money they have, the $350 million from TGA, let's see what happens.
Ace, do you have any idea? Or are you going to the park at all the rest of the year?
Which one?
Cedar Point.
No, I'm done. I don't do Cedar Point in the Halloween time. It's too crowded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have other. My sights are set towards our home parks of Great Adventure, New England, Dorney Park, and Hershey, and of course the big trip that Colin alluded to that I have. Yeah, that's going to be all my time spent there. Definitely go next year during the spring, late spring.
Who thinks that Six Flags Great Adventure for 2024 should fully retrack El Toro and Ka for LSM launch with Storm Runner restraints and a B&M Giga for 2028? Ace, you seem to have an opinion on this, so go ahead.
Wow. Well, I know. I don't agree with the 2024 retrack. I believe they should start retracking El Toro now. And for Ka LSM launch, if the hydraulic launch continues to be a nightmare for our great King Ka, then go with that. And then, wow, that's too far out for the Giga Coaster. I was hoping at least for 25, not 28. But if it's 28, so be it to get it. You know, it's up to me. I would love to. With the premium experience, obviously, it's not going to happen. But let's see what happens. Yeah, premium experience.
With New Jersey state laws, I don't think Storm Runner restraints no, what am I thinking? For some reason I equated Storm Runner restraints to like lap bar restraints, but I don't think they're really going to change anything about King Ka if they don't have to. So I think it'll stay just the way it is until something happens that it needs to change. El Toro getting retracked, I'm not sure. Who knows what needs to be done at this point to fix El Toro. But definitely something's going to be done, and it'll be open next year, hopefully, according to the park. But B&M Giga in 2028, I'm not sure. Hopefully down the line, hopefully sooner than that, but who knows at this point. As of right now, it's up in the air as to if we're going to get anything at all over the next few years. Get any park.
I disagree with your thoughts on Ka. I think a B&M Giga would be great. I just don't know that it's really going to happen. And I think retracking of El Toro would definitely be nice. It'd make it nice and smooth like the way it was when it opened, from what I've been told. But I don't really necessarily see that happening if it doesn't have to happen.
Yeah, El Toro, I can attest to that.
Good, Ace?
No, that was the last thing. Oh.
Okay. Does Great Adventure do Fright Fest tomorrow? No, they do not.
No, not on Monday.
It's official that Six Flags decided to fix El Toro. The park spokesperson, Gabriel Doretta, recently released a statement saying that they plan to have El Toro open for the 2023 season after repairs are made. So, sounds like they're going to be fixing El Toro based off that statement.
Go for it, Jack.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything.
Tom?
I kind of said this in the last question.
Yeah. That's just
what do you think, Gabe?
Yeah, they pretty much have decided to fix it. This time they're not going to cut corners. So it's going to be fixed by 23.
You sound pretty adamant.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, it's a smash hit. The greatest wooden coaster ever, and
All right,
and
next.
it's pretty much damn near the best coaster in the park.
I just got here. So is Booniverse a scare event? I don't know necessarily that it's a scare event, but I believe it's a Halloween event.
Yeah, there's just
for
some
Nickelodeon Booniverse.
Halloween theming around the Nickelodeon characters, I believe.
Yeah, PG-13 because of the kiddos.
I
The
saw
kiddies,
Mike
you know.
Coaster Crusader put earlier that they just kind of switch out the costumes for the characters for Booniverse. So it's definitely cool though. Do you guys think they'll bring back Coaster Power Hours for Fright Fest? There is one Fright Fest Power Hours. I believe it's October 20th, and that is the only one for the Fright Fest season.
Wait, why?
No, the 27th, Colin. They took out the two or three of them. It's the 27th.
You sure?
Yes, because remember we were speaking about that. We were alluding to that, and there was three at the beginning. I believe the week that I'm leaving for the trip, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th, and then now it's down. It's from 3 to 1. Yeah, look at the schedule. The last Thursday of October.
Oh.
Yes, I see that on the calendar. It's not.
Yeah, hopefully
it's Power Hours though. It just says
no, it's just Power Hours, not Fright Fest. That was last year. Yeah, so
it looks like
Power
it's
Hours.
just Fright Fest is open an extra Thursday.
Yeah, park's open 5 to 11 on the 27th. I mean, I don't think the Power Hours are all that necessary so far. Lines haven't been awful, but that was the first weekend of Fright Fest. This past time we were there, it looked like things are picking up, so maybe it will become necessary, but so far it's just the one day for Power Hours.
What's the best roller coaster? Ace?
Well, right now, you talking about the best roller coaster in the world? Is that the question? On college?
Yes.
Iron Gwazi.
Why?
It holds. It never slows down. It's one hell of an experience down that 91-degree drop.
I don't know. I would say right now my favorite that I've ridden is still Steel Vengeance. It's the top one for me. Other coasters in my top 10 are Pantheon. That was probably one of my favorite new credits of the year too. That was an awesome ride at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Those are the two that first came to mind for me.
I think my favorite roller coaster is Velocicoaster. I haven't gotten on an Iron Gwazi yet, but I just really like the theming on Velocicoaster, and the pretty much the whole ride is just crazy. So.
And also, I have to add, it's hard because I love Fury 325 and Steel Vengeance and Velocicoaster, great coasters. But those would be my top four. But right now, Iron Gwazi takes number one. Yeah.
I think you're muted, Colin.
Oh, go ahead, Colin. We can't hear you, Colin.
Muted.
Yeah.
Sorry. Any
Go ahead.
RMC hybrid over any wood coaster except Toro? I disagree entirely. Some RMCs simply are not better than wooden coasters that aren't El Toro, like Mystic Timbers. Just as an example.
Yeah, and I would take El Toro or Mystic Timbers over Twisted Cyclone, just as an example.
That's an interesting mix-up. Yeah, of course. You definitely can't compare Twisted Cyclone to El Toro and Mystic Timbers. No way. You got the greatest GCI Woody and Mystic Timbers. And of course, the greatest wooden coaster ever of all time in El Toro. Yes, let's hope it goes to the prominence of 2006 when it was so smooth, incredible. Pretty much one of my favorite coasters of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say not really.
Do you think Six Flags will retrack El Toro and retheme it as a new ride for anniversary in 2024? No.
Nope.
Hell no. It'd be crazy.
If you were to be a Six Flags CEO, what would be your goal for the business? Ace, let's hear your opinion.
Oh, my goal for the business, first and foremost, is to bring the attendance back. like it was in the 2006 levels when we had the Mad Dash, the El Toro, and King Nika. And also, I like to add if, uh, a ground up RMC hybrid and also a Giga coaster B&M. Just give us those two. That would be the goal, and that would make us the greatest park in the world.
Well, yeah, but that's Great Adventure. What about like the chain?
Oh, with the chain, Magic Mountain will get a Giga. All the big ones, of course, Six Flags Great Adventure and Magic Mountain would definitely get Gigas. And then the other parks, we'll definitely share some love, show some love to them, like Six Flags America, give them a coaster, and all the other parks. So yeah, the big parks should definitely get something. Every chain in the whole, every park in the whole chain will get a coaster because they're due for some, especially Six Flags St. Louis. So.
Yeah, I think my goal would be to round out some of the smaller parks in the chain. Maybe every couple of years I put one big coaster into one of the flagship parks, and then some smaller ones, maybe like 2 or 3 smaller ones into the smaller parks, or maybe the reverse some years. But like definitely building out the other parts of the chain so that way you can drive up attendance, because you do need new attractions to bring new people into the gates and bring existing customers back in. I would honestly focus on entertainment too, because that's something that falls by the wayside. And we got such great entertainment at Fright Fest, a Great Adventure, that it kind of makes you wish that they had more of that throughout the whole season, not just in holiday times, like for Fright Fest or Holiday in the Park. So I would try to want to bring everything up to the level of certain coasters at certain parks in the chain, because you kind of have to balance it out. And so that would be what I would do.
I would definitely focus on entertainment, like Tom said, as well as just general park improvements. And then I'd probably just, all the smaller parks would need some upgraded rides, new coasters, and then the larger parks like Great Adventure, Magic Mountain, over Texas could probably all get another major coaster, as Magic Mountain's the only one that's kind of recently gotten a big coaster. I mean, they've all gotten a coaster within the last few years, but a lot of those really haven't been up to like the scale that people have wanted, like a B&M Giga. And over Texas just got a Aquaman Power Wave. So
Yeah, I definitely want to do pretty much everything you guys have said.
Yeah, incredible.
Next,
That would be awesome.
do you guys think the new spinning coaster at Cedar Point is a good idea? I don't know if it spins, but I know it's a Wild Mouse, and I think it's a pretty bad move, honestly, just mainly for the capacity.
Yeah, if the capacity were higher, maybe it'd be a good move. They do need more mid-level coasters that families can enjoy. That's a great one to put in. Honestly, it's like a standard coaster that most parks should have. But again, capacity, that would be a big thing. Like, so if they could find a way to improve that, then it'd be a full-on great move. For now, if we're grading the move, maybe like a C-, C.
I'd say because it is a spinning coaster, and it's just Cedar Point it has way too many people to have a coaster where 4 people can ride it. And I think that it would be a lot better idea if they added maybe like something like Sierra Sidewinder at Knott's Berry Farm, where it's a spinning coaster with the 4-person cars, but there's like multiple of them chained together. You could have that. So I think that would be a better solution to their family coaster issue, but I think it'll definitely get a long line. So
It's a good idea that we have a new coaster because they took out Wicked Twister last year, and of course they're building a new restaurant. However, terrible capacity. That's what I'm disappointed in. But at least they got a new coaster, and kudos to the family.
For those of you who don't see it, go take a look in the chat. I just put up a poll asking if you guys would like to do some coaster trivia tonight on the stream. So be sure to answer that question to decide if we do that. Looks like you guys are overwhelmingly in favor of doing it. Dragster would even be better with an LAM launch. Dragster would not be better with any launch system other than a hydraulic or air launch. but both are very unreliable, so they have to go to a magnetic method, unfortunately. Yes, I agree. I don't think the damage on Toro was as bad as everyone thinks. I agree. I think a lot of the terms they use are more so like just overblown to a point. Like, I know they are the legal terms, but they're a little over descriptive. They're kind of making it out like more happened than what really did.
I think a lot of this, the main problem is in how the media covered it. I think a lot of media outlets were just trying to go for really big, like, hot button, really, like, hyperbolic language. So just to drive traffic to their websites, to the stories or whatever. A lot of it was overhyped, and I think they have the El Toro situation under control. I trust that the park is going to get it done and do the right thing and get the ride open safely, first and foremost, and then in time, so that way we can still ride it. So yes, El Toro will reopen, I'm sure, whether it's opening day next year or some point in the future, it will be open. The media kind of handled this one not in the best way, just to drive traffic to their own sites. But yep, have some faith, El Toro will be back.
Yeah. El Toro has been, all the sites have just been almost immediately posting any little bit of information they get, which isn't that helpful because it's a lot of times not the correct information. So I'd only take what the park says, but from a lot of sources, it seems like the damage is not as, like Phil said, is not as bad as everyone thinks. Like, I know what the park has said is that it's the wooden bents, which are the vertical support columns that have damage on them. But besides that, we don't really know how much else is damaged, and that's all they seem to be saying. So as long as, like, the concrete is okay and most of the track is okay, it shouldn't be too much to replace. So I'd say we'd see it open first day next year.
Yeah, they made it out what the media did was egregious, and they made it out like it's a rolling thunder structure, which was worn out like before they tore it down in 2014, which is not even the case. So yeah, it was overblown, and I'm happy to hear that the media again for the millionth time about covering Great Adventure was erroneous. So get El Toro back, do what you got to do, pretty much don't half it, go for it. Thoroughly rebuild whatever you have to rebuild for El Toro, and won't have no more potholes and no more problems with it. Get it done the right way.
Definitely. All right, next. Happy birthday, Joey. Why did they turn off the fire effect on Medusa? There's not really a reason why that they've given. If I had to guess, maybe they wanted to use I don't know if it's ran off propane or gasoline. I assume propane. Probably wanted to use it for Dead Man's Party because there's some pyrotechnics involved with that show, but that's just a guess.
Well, when I saw it, it looked like the actual nozzles that shoot the propane out were still there, so I don't think they took them anywhere. I think it's just a maintenance issue because it's happened in the past where it'll go off for about a month of no fire and then it'll just come back. So I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the season it works again. Just sort of a thing that happens every once in a while on that ride because it has so many effects. Like there's days where the mist doesn't work and all that.
Yeah, they're probably just kind of allocating resources for Dead Man's Party. They use a lot of pyrotechnics for Fright Fest, so something's got to give. And it's weather dependent too, to an extent. So fire can't operate if it's a rainy day or if it's too windy out. So maybe you caught it on a visit where that was in play, but it'll probably be back.
Yeah. That makes sense to utilize it for the Halloween event.
There's another thing too. It could definitely very easily start a wildfire.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta safety first.
Toro was absolutely mind blowing when it was new.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Colin.
No, go ahead. Why don't you tell us about when Toro was new?
It was like a bat out of hell, just like how it is now, but it was so much smoother. You could ride it 100 times and not be beaten up. I miss those days of 2006, the greatest year of the park ever. And yeah, let's get El Toro back to those prominent levels.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
The new CEO should put the rides first, and people will follow. Lower the prices first. Ace, what do you think?
Yeah, we need the new ride, and yeah, absolutely. You know, and that would help.
What
I
do you
think
guys think?
there's a happy medium in there between raising the prices and adding new stuff to do in the parks, whether it's rides or entertainment or whatever. But yeah, I really do hope we see some parks get something new in the next coming years. It'll definitely help the attendance out. So yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what comes for the chain in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I think if they do add new rides, like they definitely new rides attract people, so that's not a bad plan. But there's just a lot of stuff that has to go into improving the parks that I think they just want to put the budget that way. But I also agree that if you raise the prices and don't add new rides, it's not really getting people incentivizing people to come to the parks. So if the prices are a little lower, they can make more money, and then they can use that money to buy a new ride, and then raise the prices once you've actually increased the experience of everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Jersey Devil is such a great addition to Great Adventure. Easy top 3 coaster in the park for me. I agree.
Easily.
Yeah.
Intamin over Mach, 1,000,000% yes.
Oh, excuse me. Absolutely. We pretty much have. I can't really give you the specific percentage of coasters that's the tallest in the world, but I can tell you it's a good 80% of the tallest coasters in the world. All 3 of the strata coasters. Let's just hope that Top Thrill Jack is still there next year. Yeah, it's Intamin. Yeah, you can't put. It's not in the same category. Mocking Intamin, no way. A millionfold Intamin over that.
Definitely. Let's see, next up. There's probably more restaurants at Cedar Point than coasters on Earth. Eventually, I think there will be.
Yeah. The new Top
When do you
Thrill.
think the first ever strata with a chain lift or cable lift will be built?
That'd be a B&M. That'd be interesting. Have a B&M strata. B&M strata would be crazy. It's possible, but that'd be crazy.
I think that because these days it seems almost a majority of new coasters are either RMC or wooden coasters, or they are launch coasters. Like there's multi-launch coasters, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Looks like they're adding another Intamin launch coaster after the 2 that have come in the last few years. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see one with chain or cable, just because of how much LSM technology has advanced to the point where they can just swing the launch back and forth and probably get you to however high you ever needed to go on a coaster. So
yeah, and it's also great for the capacity. So yeah, it probably won't be a chain or a cable lift. The launches do help in that regard.
Let's see, next. Six Flags still hasn't found the pricing sweet spot. Once they do, it will all fall into a place eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
yeah,
When will Nitro get a repaint? It is scheduled for an off-season repaint. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is try to set up a quiz. So, in the meantime, Ace, would you like to tell us one of your famous stories?
Yeah. Well, my favorite stories. Well, my favorite story was actually meeting you guys in 2016 at the height of my coaster adventures. So, and it's been going ever since the last 6 years. So that's the story right there.
I mean, a story with a little more substance than 5 words.
But,
You have any stories about riding Viper at Great Adventure? I don't know.
Oh,
That just
yeah.
sounds like that could be funny.
Viper it started out great. When I first got on Viper 3 times back to back to back, it wasn't painful. And then it's funny that as we got towards the end of the Viper's lifetime in 2004, 2005, it was really, really rough as nails. And I stopped wanting to even ride it. Sometimes I ride it when I was in the mood, but man, it was definitely a neck breaker. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I am in the process of setting up this game. Hopefully this isn't too loud. All right, there we go. So now what we're gonna do, everyone here who's not familiar, I used to, back in the COVID days in 2020, I did some live streams with some trivia questions for coasters, and I still have all of them. I just checked this one. It still is up to date. There's only one question that might be out of date, but I'm not really going to check it because it's one question. So I'm going to share the screen, and you guys can feel free to join the quiz. Give everyone a second here. Put everything in the chat as well. Everyone on the stream right now, meaning Tom, Jack, Ace, feel free to participate if you'd like. That is the URL right there. And that's the join code. So we'll wait for everyone to join. Maybe I'll do the music a little louder. I'm going to let this go for a little while longer, just let all of you guys join. So if you can answer that poll in the chat, that way I can know how many people I'm waiting for to join. We greatly appreciate it. Right now we have 5, 2 of which are from the stream. So yeah, if you guys want to join, feel free. Does look like we are getting a couple questions though, so I'll just answer those real quick. What was your first ever GoPro? I actually have it sitting around here somewhere. I can't find it right now. It is the GoPro HERO from 2013. That was my first ever GoPro right there. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it did its job for back then. The quiz link, you can either scroll a little further up in the chat and you'll see it there, or you can just go to joinmyquiz.com and enter that code you see on screen right now. There's like a lot of people do not like stand-up coasters in the chat. I think they're hit or miss, truly.
Georgia Scorcher is pretty good.
Yes, Georgia Scorcher was excellent.
Georgia Scorcher. Yeah, Georgia Scorcher, I can attest to that. Georgia Scorcher is great. One of the best ones. And of course, Riddler's Revenge at Magic Mountain was the greatest. You know, and ours is not too shabby at our park, Six Flags Great Adventure. You know, a little rattly, but it's okay.
And for those wondering what I do have now in terms of GoPros, I see a lot of GoPro discussion in the chat. I have these two, the 11 and the 10. Just got the 11, of course. It just came out. It's what some of the footage filmed at Fright Fest Media Day was filmed with. It was a mix of the GoPro Hero Max that the park provided us with for the one POV, and then everything else with either our phones or the GoPro Hero 11 or Hero 10. All right, I'm going to assume this is going to be all that are playing the quizzes game. So I will leave the code in the chat if you'd like to join a little later. Of course, it'll be on screen. So let's get this game started. Is everyone ready? Jack, you ready? All right, let's do it. Looks like someone already got a question wrong. Oh, Tom is the first. Jack also got a question. No, we got a question, right? Oh, well, right? Joey is first place. Local.com. Jack is currently in first place. Followed by Joey. Followed by Jack. Tom. Up. Tom. And then EFOOO. You're not playing?
I don't know how to get in.
Just go to your web browser and then put in joinbyquiz.com.
Which one?
I'll lower the music. Come on. So you're gonna go to your web browser. Just go to like Google or whatever, and type in joinmyquiz.com.
Oh, okay.
Might have kicked him out of the stream.
Just join my quiz.
Joinmyquiz.com, and then the code is 559238.
559.
238. You able to get in, Ace?
I'm looking at quit. No, this is the wrong one.
It's literally just joinmyquiz.com.
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh, Jack is in first.
And you said the code is 55.
559238.
Five nine two two two.
Oh, there he is. Jack currently leads 10,000 points. Then Joey from Back Row Coasters, Tom, Olaf, Twisted Twizzler, HFO,
Oh, wow.
and of course Ace. Back Row Coasters is taking first place. Wow, everyone messed up the question on Jungle
The
Trail.
following
Laser.
courses are performed last week.
A lot of trouble questions for a lot of people. .44% accuracy. Back Row Coasters is currently sitting in first place, followed closely by Jack, then Joey, then Tom, then Olaf, then Twisted Twizzler, Ace, and HF. Oh, it's an A, not an O. HFAAAA. Well, great job, Back Row Coasters. Ace, how you doing with the quiz?
I'm trying.
Looks like you're struggling.
Yeah, a little bit. I got that one.
I thought you were the ultimate roller coaster connoisseur. What happened to that?
Let's see what we got here. There's some questions we got wrong.
Oh, Blandon has joined the chat. I hear someone's computer echoing. Playing Quizlet. Or Quizzes, whatever this is called. Jack,
What?
are you playing Quizzes as Blandon?
No, that's actually not me.
Tom, would that be you? You're also... Oh, wait, you're muted anyways.
No, it's not my computer echoing. I have headphones in.
Oh, well, someone is playing as Blandon. and getting stuff right. Is this good? Oh. Well, while the game is going on, take a look at the chat. Let's see if it ever there. A little off-topic question, but which TV show is better, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? So I finished Breaking Bad in the middle, like dead middle of Better Call Saul. It's a tough one. I'm pretty sure the only one here that's watchable fully is Jack, right?
Yes.
So what do you think?
I personally, having watched the entirety of Better Call Saul, would say that Better Call Saul is better.
Okay. I think Better Call Saul is more consistent, but Breaking Bad, it gets better as it goes along and then just peaks and it is just insane. Better Call Saul hasn't gotten to that level yet, but the early seasons of Better Call Saul were better than Breaking Bad, so I'm not too sure yet.
Just wait.
Hydromagnetic Mammoth Water Coaster at Great Adventure, Great America, and Magic Mountain, 1 to 10 the odds. That would be awesome. I think Great Adventure really needs a water coaster, so I hope it happens. Ace, it looks like you're really struggling with this quiz. Ace, you there? Oh, there's Ace. Ace, how's the quiz going?
So.
All right, I'm going to put the pressure on everyone. You all have until 9:08 to finish the quiz, and then I'm going to end it. End it. In the meantime, I'm trying to find something to show you guys, like a sneak peek or something, but not really much I can do here. Let's see. Here we go. All right, we're going to share a sneak peek at one of the POVs of the mazes filmed yesterday. This one is of, wow, that is very weird looking. This one is of Bloodshed over by King Ka and El Toro. Oh, okay. So this is the part where we actually see one of our friends, John Gray, as a scare actor, and I mean, the rest pretty much speaks for itself. So let's take a watch.
Whoa! Keep coming.
We were very excited.
Oh wow, pretty cool.
And speak of the devil, John Gray just sent a super chat almost on cue. John, thank you for the super chat. How scared were you when I scared you last night? It was pretty scary. I wasn't expecting to see you so soon in the maze. So as soon as I saw you and what they did to you, I was like, wow. They really made him look creepy. Obviously, that's the way it's supposed to be done. But John, here you are.
Keep
I
coming.
believe you were repeating "Mama's coming, Mama's coming" over and over. But they did a great job with your makeup, John.
She's coming. Yeah. Mama's coming. Oh! Yeah.
All right, that, let's take another look at the game that is currently going on. I can switch my screen over. There it is. All right, Back Row Coasters still sitting in first place. Jack in second place. Blandon in third. Joey fourth. Tom fifth. Olaf sixth. Followed by Twisted Twizzler, Ace, Hafa, and Coasters Be Scary, who has gotten every question incorrect. And it's 9:08, which means it's time for me to end this quiz. So, here are your winners. Congrats, Back Row Coasters for first, Jack for second, and Blandon for third. So, that is that for the game. Let's take a look at how everyone did on the questions. There were some very difficult questions in here. Jungle Trailblazer, I believe it's in China. But only one person got that right. G-Force Desidrapole, 50% accuracy. How fast does Wonder Woman if he has Texas go? 50% accuracy. Oh, we got another super chat from John. Let's take a look at that. I could have been later in the trail, but I chose that room. I think it was definitely a good choice. Yeah, it was a great choice. You kind of blended in with the wall, too, with the makeup they gave you. So it really came out really, really cool. Definitely great job with the makeup, and great job scaring John. For those of you who don't know, John is a member of CJ's Crazy Coaster Crew, who annually will do an event at Great Adventure where they volunteer to be scare actors. So very, very great cause. I believe there's money donated to a charity. So it's really, really cool to see. Anyways, continuing on with this. 50% accuracy. 20% accuracy. 20% accuracy once again. Some interesting responses. 20% accuracy. Wow. 60% accuracy. 40. 10% accuracy. 20. 50. 60. 60. No one got this right. 20. 40. 40. 40. 40. 30. 30, 60. I think you guys get the point. So, do you guys have any other questions to put in the chat?
What are your next trip plans, Colin? I'll hit you with an improv question.
Okay. Yeah, Tom.
Oh, did you not get that?
No, I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh no, my improvised question was just any trip plans for you for the end of the year.
No. In Great Adventure, Dorney, and that's about it. Nothing else I can really think of.
No Hershey Park, Colin?
No, I'll wait till next year when RMC opens.
How about you, Jack? What's your next trip?
My next trip is probably gonna be Great Adventure.
Okay. What about yours, Tom?
And Busch Gardens, Tampa, probably too.
Okay. There you go.
One or the other.
That's a good choice. And yours, Tom?
I'm hoping to try out Christmas Candy Lane for Hershey actually this year. It always seemed like a nice event, so I want to try it out. If I don't try that, maybe Hershey Park in the Dark if I get around to it. But more than likely, if I do get to Hershey this year, it'll be for Christmas Candy Lane.
I heard that Candemonium is open, just like Nitro is doing the holiday.
That would be cool.
So, yeah, they said last year was open.
I wrote it last year during Candy Lane. I went. I liked it a lot. It's probably my favorite holiday event at any park. I like it better than Holiday in the Park.
What makes it good?
Well,
Better.
they have so many lights, and they do an entire synchronized light show. I know Great Adventure does the tree, but Christmas Candy Lane has lights throughout the entire park, all synchronized. The area down by Comet and Skyrush, they have a whole light show that goes to like some rock and roll Christmas songs. That's really cool. And of course, riding like Laugh Track is always fun in the winter. Candemonium is great. And I actually went there back in 2011 was my first time at Hershey, and that's when they had Christmas Candy Lane, but no rides were open except for the carousel and like a handful of small rides, but no coasters were open back then. But my one memory from that is that Sky Rush was being constructed back when I was there. So, but it's a very fun event.
Ace, do you have any last minute stories you want to tell? Because it's looking like there's not really much going on in the chat, so stream might end a little early tonight.
That's pretty much it, because I've said so many stories the last 3 to 4 chats we've had. So yeah, don't have much.
Do you have any when was your first time at Hershey Park, Ace?
Oh, that's a good question. I was just alluding to that in my mind. Wow, that was
Wow.
that was probably 1991. Yeah,
Wow.
with my family. Yeah, God, they're in heaven now. But yeah, we went to Hershey Park when the Sidewinder was a huge coaster, and Super Duper Looper and the Comet. I know I got on those. We didn't have much time. It was a bus trip. We got there opening like around 10 and left around 4 o'clock, but got on a few coasters.
Right.
Hershey Park was totally different back then than it is now. 20
No
20
Sky
years
Rush.
later. No Sky Rush, nothing in the front of the park.
Yeah, there was only a Comet, right?
Oh, Railblaze. I mean, Trailblaze I got on too.
Oh,
Mine,
okay.
that was there.
What
Yeah.
about well, I guess that's kind of it, there was back then
Everything else was there was none of that other stuff that they have now.
no water park.
There was no Great Bear. There was before that open too. The log flume was open.
Yeah. That one is similar to the one they used to have at Great Adventure, right? The Hydro Flume.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got on that this year.
Hydro Flume?
The one right behind the Great Bear.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one at Great Adventure.
Oh, yeah, that was there definitely during the 90s.
Yeah, but did you go?
Oh, you're talking about the one where the Adventure Rivers was at, right next to Skull Mountain? I got on that. Oh yeah, that was nice. I wish
I've
they
been on
never
that
took
one
that out.
too.
How did you like it?
I thought it was good. I actually
It
preferred
was.
that one to the regular log flume, but I was like 7, obviously, like the last time I rode it, so my memory isn't great of it, but I know I've been on it plenty.
Yeah, they still have the turntable, right? Did they leave it? The
No, it's
turntable
gone now.
Oh wow.
That's where they're building Barnstormer, if I'm not
Oh
wrong.
okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Bring back. I noticed back then, Great Adventure had double of everything. You know about your Great Adventure history, Tom. They had like 2 Ferris wheels. They had a Matterhorn. They had, what do you call that? A Swiss
2
Bob.
bumper cars.
Yeah, they had 2 of everything almost. In the back of the park where the chiller was at. Had a lot of stuff over there.
That's crazy. My first time at Great Adventure was, I think, 2012. So I haven't been. It's only been like 10 years since I first went there.
What was your first trip to Great Adventure, Colin? What year?
2008, when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
Remember riding the log flume first. Well, not the first thing I rode, but I was very small. We have the on-ride picture from it too.
Wow.
It does look like we have a couple questions in the chat here. So I'm just going to run through those and probably end the stream off for the night. If El Toro reopens, do you think it will be by 2023? I think so. Just judging off what the park has said, I think that will be the case.
Absolutely.
Hello, Katie. Any idea what SeaWorld's coaster is going to be named? I'm thinking High Surf.
Yeah.
Well, if you're talking about SeaWorld Orlando, I'm thinking High Surf. If we're talking SeaWorld San Diego, I have no clue at all. I think they're getting like a wave. What's it called? Wave breaker.
A wave.
Coaster, right?
Yeah. Similar to San Diego. I mean San Antonio.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I hate Magnum. I strongly disagree with you.
Magnum is probably, like, for me, one of at least top 5 coasters at Cedar Point.
Magnum's top 3 for me at Cedar Point.
Yeah,
I'd say top 6. If it wasn't for them damn lap bar restraints beat my legs up, it would definitely be up there with Valraven and Gatekeeper and Raptor.
Oh, you have it under Valraven?
Yes.
Oh,
It's very uncomfortable because of my height. It tears my thighs up unless I have a coat up under it. I have to take my coat off. The only time I had a great Magnum ride was when I had my coat. It was so cold on one of the Costa Mania days 4 years ago, and I took my coat off and I slipped it right up under. They didn't say nothing. I had it right up under my lap bar. That hard, brutal lap bar, and it definitely mitigated the blow on my legs. Yeah, those airtime hills, especially at the end, they tear your legs up. The thighs, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's fun though.
It is. It's a really good coaster, especially to be built in 1989. It's excellent, so
Yeah.
it's really good.
All right. Well, it looks like we're pretty much out of questions in the chat. I don't really see anything else going on. So that is going to do it for tonight's stream. I know it was a little shorter. I just wanted to get some stuff out, do a stream since no school tomorrow. Figured it'd be perfect timing. But that's it for tonight's stream. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys have anything you want to plug before the end of the stream, go right ahead.
I mentioned this last time, but it's relatively recent, so I'll plug it again. The Great Adventure History forums are back online. They were down for a little bit, but now everybody's able to get back on those. So go chat on the forums. Great new things are in the works, spotlights, stuff like that. Should be a good time.
All right. Ace, anything?
That's it.
No announcements?
Keep on going to theme parks and enjoy the Halloween festivities. And then, of course, that leads to the holiday festivities also. Enjoy all of that.
Hope everyone has a great night. Thanks for watching.
Get on as many coasters as possible.
Yes.
I concur.
There we go. That's my instead I can't use theme park predictions one, but that one, get on as many coasters and ride and as possible.
I agree, Ace.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys next time.